It's live right now. It's live right now. Eight. Okay, I'm gonna start.
I'm a heavy breather.
Assalamu alaikum, Juma Mubarak. Welcome back to the Sports Wrap with me, Malaika. I'll be telling you about all the sports action that's been taking place already this week, and then the sports that will be taking place over the weekend, just to keep you guys updated. So today I am joined by a very special guest in Amy. So hello Amy, how are you?
Hi, Malaika. I'm grand, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but we had Elisa on last week, and to be honest, it went well. So
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it'll go well for you. So, for people that don't know, who are you?
So obviously you've already introduced me. My name is Amy, and I am a huge Wolves fan. I'm also a journalist student. So yeah.
Yeah. So, are you enjoying like journalism so far?
I am. Honestly, it's very like, I don't want to say good, it's very like a bland word, but it's been very useful for like my confidence. Like I joined like really nervous, didn't really want to talk to anyone, and now I'm here and I've just got like so many contacts and I know so many people, and it's just like from then to now it's just amazing.
Yeah, and you have your own like TikTok.
I do.
Yeah.
The digital passport.
Yeah, how's that going?
Honestly, it's going well. We've been invited down to Bank for some collaborations, and yeah, again, it's just like meeting new people, and it's just insane.
So, like, if people don't know, like, what is that TikTok account like about?
So the Digital Passport is a West Midlands based TikTok page where we post things to do in the West Midlands, specifically Wolverhampton. So yeah.
Yeah. So, you are a big sports fan, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, you like you said, you're a big Wolves fan.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
So my grandma took me to my very first Wolves game when I was 6. I joined as a member, and obviously it was easier to like get season tickets back then because we was in like League One.
Yeah.
So like it was also cheaper, and so ever since then I've been going to the Wolves games.
So for like more than 10 years.
Like 14 years.
Oh my gosh, yeah, damn. So you've seen a lot of like the ups and downs.
I've seen a lot of downs, definitely.
So like, how would you describe their season like right now?
I would say it's like very, not like disappointing, but like it isn't very fun to watch our games, especially considering we're like losing constantly. I mean, aside from like right now, but in comparison to like how we were when I first started coming to the games, I wouldn't say it's like as dramatic as people making it. I think it's just because we've been in the Premier League now for like a good like 5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
But again, in comparison to when we was like fighting between League One and the Championship, I just couldn't really care. Well, I could care because it's relegation, but it's like I've seen worse.
Mm-hmm. What do you think's gone wrong for them?
Well, obviously during the summer we got rid of a lot of important players like Kunya, Ait Nouri, Nelson Semedo, and I think that took a toll on the team because then obviously we went straight into like pre-season friendlies and we were losing all of them, and then we didn't really find like a fix or anything, so it kind of just carried on into the Premier League, and then just our confidence, we were really lacking it, especially when our most confident players had left.
Do you think the owners took too long in sacking like Pereira?
That's a very difficult question, actually. I don't think it was Victor Pereira's fault, to be honest, because he was still playing like the same formation, and we still had a majority of the same players we had in the previous season, and we were doing fine then. But do I think he should have been sacked sooner on when we were constantly losing? Yes, but I don't really think he's to blame.
Do you think it's the owners to blame?
Absolutely, yeah.
I remember when we went to a game together, it was Wolves versus Manchester United. They did like a protest before the game. We obviously went to see that. We didn't see anything. But then once we went into the stadium, we saw like how empty the seats were. Honestly, I'm glad that they did kind of protest that, because when we were watching the game, I was like, yeah, you guys are definitely going down, because it was just so poor.
It was.
It was really bad.
But what people don't see with the owners as well, I don't really think a lot of people have took notice to this. We've got rid of Jeff Shee, part of Fonsu, but we still have Fonsu, it's just a different person. I think it's actually Jeff Shee's son who's now in charge.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's still under the same ownership.
Yeah. But people think, oh, they got rid of one person,
Yeah.
but you can't. It's like
a
the whole
PR
thing.
stunt kind
Yeah,
of.
I get you. Because he went on BBC WM, didn't he? Like talking about Wolves and everything. I was like, come on now, like.
Yeah, it's very scripted.
Yeah, I don't know. At that time, like that point in the season when Wolves were losing so many games, I don't think that was the best decision because it was so. I think it was more like embarrassing.
No,
yeah,
it's like, oh, we've sorted what you think is the problem. Now, let's direct our attention somewhere else. And I don't necessarily think that was the case.
Don't know what's happening with this mic, but I remember like Liverpool have been poor this season as well. Not as poor as Wolves,
Yeah.
but for their standards, they have been poor. And I remember it was a lot of like Slot. Oh, Slot should be out. Slot should be out. So then they did like a YouTube video with like Slot and the owners, and I was just like, it's a very hit and miss because like you're doing this, like saying you have full belief in Slot. You made him sign so many players, but then you also got rid of so many players, and it's just like you did this yourselves in a way.
Yeah.
So then now you think you're making a video, people are gonna be back on your side. It's like you did the damage. Now people are not going to back you right now.
Yeah, it's like a lot of fans are quick to also blame the managers, like, first off, when it's like the managers are there, like, to train the players. The players are expected to do the job, and if, like, they're performing one week and not the next, it's like, is the fault within the manager?
Yeah. What I think, like, you know, with Rob Edwards now that's in charge, he obviously was from came from Middlesbrough. And they were winning, like they're gonna get promoted. So then him going to Wolves for the team that is gonna get relegated, there was a lot of stick towards him.
Yeah, Middlesbrough loving like Wolves getting relegated right now.
What are your thoughts on that though?
I don't agree with the way he left. Obviously, like Middlesbrough are still having a very good season, but there was like doing really well under Rob Edwards, and he knows that. And for him to just like pack up and leave like quite soon is a bit tricky, like not tricky, like a sticky situation. But then obviously I see Rob's reasoning behind it. He's a big Wolves fan, and I see why we brought him in. We brought him in to prepare for the championship. But I don't agree with how he left Middlesbrough at all.
But the thing is, I like kind of get it. Like I'm not a person like, oh, managers deserve time. He had time at Middlesbrough, but now he's come to Wolves. He's like from Wolverhampton. He lives here. Doesn't he? He's like closer to his family,
local,
and he's getting more money. And, like I know, like it's not like a money thing, but like you do want to go to a place like okay, it's closer to home. You're getting more money. It's just better. Yeah. So it's like, and you've been there before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I agree with that. I get Middlesbrough's fans are like a bit salty and everything, but
they're still doing well.
Yeah, exactly. If you're still doing well, you're gonna come to the Premier League anyways. It doesn't matter. And he's gonna go down. Do you think that when Wolves go down, that they're gonna automatically get promoted? Do you think they're gonna win the championship?
That's the plan. I don't think we'll win the championship. It'd be nice to like place like second or something, but I don't think we'll automatically get promoted.
You don't?
No,
How
I
come?
think obviously we'll lose more players in the summer. No one wants to go down into the championship. We'll lose players like Joe Gomez, probably Andre, a lot of key players that we have right now. And I do again really think that will affect us because they are carrying, especially our midfield right now. So I do think we'll probably spend like 2 or 3 seasons in the championship.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. You know, I really didn't expect that answer because like Wolves have been in the Premier League for like 5-6 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, you go down, like you expect them to go back up because they've lost so many players. It's a hit and miss. So I was like, oh, I thought you'd be more positive, to be honest.
I'm trying to be.
You're just being realistic. Well, when I did the show last week with Eliza, it was Wolves had beat Liverpool in the Premier League on Tuesday. But then on the same day, Friday, they lost in the FA Cup. Give me your thoughts on those games.
I think the Premier League game, we second half especially, we did dominate, like attacking wise and everything. We struggle with shooting and like actually scoring goals, evidently, because I think that whole game we had 2 shots and those 2 shots were on target.
Yeah, literally you scored from your first shot on target. I was like, oh my gosh, seriously.
And I think with Liverpool they had like 19 shots, so it was definitely challenging us. But I don't know, like after that first goal, something clicked within our team and like our confidence changed, and we was like constantly pressing. Our defense was insane.
Yeah,
like, I'm so grateful for our defense. Like that game, it was crazy. Nothing was getting past Saar, nothing was getting past like Mosquera, any of those, and it was just really nice to see. And especially with like the fans like cheering and like egging us on, egging them on. Like we don't really normally get that every game because normally we're losing, so it's like the fans are just sitting there silent, walking out. So I definitely think that also helped within the game. I didn't think we'd come back from that game, to be honest, when Salah scored the equaliser.
Yeah.
I really did think it'd end there.
Oh.
And then Rodrigo Gomez, he just came back from injury.
Yeah.
He scored, and I was like, wow, okay.
I think like the deflected goal, like that was the winner. It just summed up Liverpool's performance.
Andre scored, yeah.
Yeah,
If
and
Rodrigo scored first,
yeah. I think it was such a shame. Like Liverpool played poorly that game. Do not get me wrong, but then like you could see like Wolves are a team that are getting relegated, and they were doing damage against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it's like Joe Gomez, like the ball deflected off Joe Gomez and went into the goal. It was so unlucky, but then it's like Liverpool deserved it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And like the thing is like with Wolves though is like you guys beat Liverpool in the Premier League. You beat Aston Villa. You got points off.
Really helped, yeah.
You got points off Arsenal. It's like why do you leave it so late? Because you're capable of these performances, and it's just like now there's no point. Realistically, there isn't. You're just doing damage. Like you guys have affected Liverpool's top four up, so thanks a lot. But it's just like why now?
I think with the Liverpool game, coming off a win from a derby really did help with our performance going into Liverpool, and like especially with all like the media attention we got from like drawing against Arsenal. I think that really like was an eye opener to the boys, and like going back and being able to like celebrate and like have like a day off from training the next day, it was really like a reward. So I think that's like really what they're fighting for. But yeah, it was insane to watch, to be honest.
Well, on Friday they did lose to Liverpool 3-1. It was Andy Robertson scored a brilliant goal early in the second half. Then Salah added just minutes later, and then Curtis Jones sealed the victory in the second half. But then Wolves did score a consolation goal through Wangi Chan.
Yes.
Yeah. Thoughts on that game? What do you think went wrong for them?
Our defence, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think our defence obviously for the first game was really good, but then we had Johnston. I'm not saying he's the reason for all our goals, all Liverpool's goals, but just like we also made a switch to our defence, and I just don't think it was really like the choice Rob Edwards should have made, especially with how the first game went. If something works first time, I think he should really stick to that.
Yeah.
I think he's came late into the season, and I still think he's trying to test things with the team, starting and playing like different players. And I think we found something that works, and I really think we should stick with that.
Yeah, I think when I was writing like the match report about the game, Wolves made a lot of changes. I felt that they shouldn't have made a lot of changes. Because you were successful with that team, you like really did your damage, and then you changed so many.
Yeah.
Like the defense, like you said, the first game was so good. Johnson, I don't know why he was playing a lot of the games early on in the season, because when Jose Sarr, I think is better than him, in my opinion. I don't know why he wasn't playing earlier on. Sarr, like Johnston, why was he playing? Because you look at it, it's just like, come on.
Well, the thing is with Jose Sarr, he's a very confident keeper, and I think his confidence sometimes it kind of backfires, because he doesn't send out the ball like quick enough when we should be attacking straight after, like when he saves the ball and you should be attacking straight off that. He can't make a straight goal kick to save his life.
Oh.
He can't. Obviously he can, but at the start of like the season he was getting a lot of backlash off the fans as well, and like he was arguing with the fans in person.
Yeah.
And I think Victor Piera felt pressured to start Johnston because Sarr was just a bit out there.
Yeah.
And he wanted to play it safe, but I don't know. I think Sarr's a really good keeper. Is he Rui Patricio? No. Does that matter?
Oh, yeah, no, I remember Rui Patricio. He was so good. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
I miss him.
No, literally. We will like talk about the rest of the FA Cup games. So like on Saturday, Arsenal beat Mansfield Town 2-1. But it was such a close game. Like Mansfield Town, they could have got it done. But like if Arsenal lost that game, I think their season would have gone like downhill, because
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chelsea beat Wrexham 4-2 after extra time.
Yeah, which was a really
that
close
was
game,
such
to be
a
honest.
good game. I was watching it. I was seeing goal here, goal here,
there.
goal out,
Yeah.
and then like it went to extra time. It's 2-2 in extra time, and then obviously Chelsea scored, and then Wrexham scored, and it got disallowed.
I know, I saw that.
My heart broke for them.
I felt like my team lost. I was like, no.
No, literally, I don't really support Wrexham. I don't really support them, like watch them anyways. When I saw this, my heart broke for Wrexham, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then obviously Joao Pedro scored, and like Chelsea got the job done. And then Man City beat Newcastle 3-1.
Yeah.
Omar Mamouche scored twice, and I don't know, with Mamouche, he loves to score against Newcastle. I was seeing like a stat, and he just loves it. But yeah, Man City came from behind to reach the FA quarter-finals. And then on Sunday, Southampton, Championship side, beat Premier League side Fulham 1-0, which was like, oh, okay, like that's a big upset for Fulham. You thought they would have got to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But Ross Stewart scored a dramatic injury time penalty, and they booked their space in the quarterfinals for the first time in like 4 years.
Oh.
Yeah. And also Port Vale, League One side,
Yeah.
beat Sunderland 1-0.
Port Vale player used to go to my secondary school in my year.
Oh, really?
Reece Walters.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
If they get to the semi-finals or final, tell him to give you a ticket.
So remember that time I was in class?
Yeah, no, literally, we were friends. But yeah, it's the first time that Port Vale, who are currently bottom of the third tier, have made it to the last 8 since 1954.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then also Leeds smashed Norwich 3-0, which is expected. The first time they reached the quarterfinals in over 2 decades. And then on Monday, West Ham beat Brentford 5-3 on penalties. It was 2-2 after extra time. That was another good game, to be honest. It was very close. I thought it could go either way. But yeah, they put their relegation worries to one side to reach the quarterfinals. First time in 10 years. But what the main talking point with this was that Dogo Otara was guilty of a terrible miss while attempting a Panenka before Kostas Moravas struck the winning kick to book the Hammers. Now, despite how good the game was, this was the main talking point, the penalty. Now, what would you do in this position? First of all, I'm asking, would you take a penalty in a penalty shootout?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Oh, no.
You wouldn't?
Not.
No, you wouldn't.
Do not nominate me. I wouldn't have the confidence and, like, the pressure of, like, having, like, all the fans around you, like, booing because obviously they're facing, like, the West Ham
opposition,
home,
yeah.
It was insane. I wouldn't be able to do that now.
But
especially
then
with, like, the backlash people get from it as well. It's insane.
Like the Panenka, I'm just thinking, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, I get, if you're full of confidence, you know, you've got this, you got the class. But, like, no. I can't. I mean, ask this question sometimes. Oh, like, would you take a penalty, like, in a World Cup final or Champions League final? I physically couldn't. But then I'm also thinking, if I'm a good player, like, if I'm, like, Mohamed Salah or, like, even like a Curtis Jones, like a midfielder, I should back myself. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's a difference, though. Like, say you're 1-0 up and you get given a penalty from a foul, then, yeah, go ahead. You're 1-0 up. Yeah. You can risk that. But, like, to secure a place in the quarterfinals for the FA Cup, I don't think that's the place to be, like, doing these things.
Exactly. And it's like, I always get, like, mad when, like when you're taking a penalty and, like, you try to blast it. You want to get the top bins. Place it into the bottom corner. Like, I feel like that's what you should do. Like, I don't know, like, if you're like Mbappe, Mbappe does not miss. Fair enough, but even he doesn't. He places it in because that's like the safest option.
Yeah.
And I get it. You could be full of confidence, but why risk it? Think, oh, you want to get a best penalty? Like, no one's gonna remember you. Like, scoring like such a good penalty. You remember the terrible miss that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh gosh, these people sometimes. But then also, at the same time, I'm like, if you have the confidence, do it. But then if you play for Brentford.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been good for them, like a really good result going to the quarterfinals, and that happened. But like the manager didn't cuss him or anything. He backed him. He was like, "Oh, if my player is confident to do that, I have full belief in him, and I don't get why fans are booing him." But like, I feel like if it was the other way around, I feel like loads of managers would be like, "Why did he do that? Why did he do that?"
Yeah.
But you know what? Fair play to him. But yeah, also the draw took place on Monday.
It did.
Chelsea will face Port Vale. Man City will face Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Southampton will play Arsenal and West Ham will play Leeds. So the biggest talking point of that is Man City versus Liverpool.
Yes.
As a Liverpool fan, am I excited that we got that result? No, that fixture? No, I'm not. Because obviously, I felt like Liverpool deserved like a Port Vale or something. Like, you just need that. I just wanted to go to I just wanted to go to the semi-finals. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Champions League now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
It was a big week for the English teams, and it was a very poor week for them. It was, don't know what to say about that, to be honest.
I think it's not embarrassing because if you look at the teams they played, they're very big. I mean, there's a reason they're in the Champions League. But I just can't believe Spurs are actually in the Champions League, to be honest.
Okay, we're going to start with Liverpool. Liverpool lost 1-0 to Galatasaray. Ex-Wolves player, Mario Lemina scored.
Yeah. Early on as well.
Yeah. Now they have a 1-0 lead going into Anfield.
Mm-hmm.
Poor game from Liverpool, like very poor.
Yeah.
I know that Galatasaray, they're like known for like their fans like show up. They're very loud. Whenever Liverpool have the ball, they were booing and like making all these noises. But you're professional footballers. Like, you shouldn't let a crowd affect you. I don't know. I feel like using that as an excuse really agitates me because it's like, come on.
Is that what they use as an excuse?
Yeah, like I remember Liverpool played Galatasaray in the league phase 2. They lost 1-0 to. And then I remember Curtis Jones was like after the game, that's the loudest crowd I've ever played on, like toughest crowd ever.
Yeah.
But come on now, like you're on the pitch, yeah, you should mentally be prepared to be like, oh, I'm here to win a game. But then it's like they were so poor and it was just so annoying. Like Galatasaray deservedly won that game. I was watching it, I was getting frustrated, I was getting bored. I was just like, come on. Like,
especially 1-0 lead like 7 minutes in, and then the rest of the game it's like.
The worst thing is that Liverpool made such a good start early on. Like Galatasaray was giving the ball away in the box, Florian Wirtz missed an easy chance. Like he should have scored that. Like you got to be clinical in the early stages, and I feel like Liverpool this season have not been clinical, and that has been really costing them. But it was Slot's 100th game in charge, and it ended in defeat. So Bayern Munich smashed Atalanta 6-1. Former Crystal Palace player Michael Olise scored the brace, and former Chelsea player Nicholas Jackson scored 2. And then Atletico beat Tottenham 5-2. Such a bad game from Tottenham. They were 4-0 down in the first 25 minutes. It was a horror show from their coach, Igor Tudor, and the keeper. I feel like their keeper now, I don't know, people are saying his career's over. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure because I've saw on social media people saying, oh, like, you've done great. And then he's obviously responding to all that on, like, online saying, I've saw all your messages. Thank you. I love you all. So I don't really think it is. I don't know. I think from the manager, like, obviously substituting him off early on, I think it's obviously drawn attention to the keeper and people are feeling bad for him. I don't think it's ruined his career.
I don't think it should ruin his career, but I think it has. Because for 3 of the goals, he messed up twice. The second goal, it was Van der Ven that messed up. But it's just the fact that it's just how he messed up. Like, he kicked the ball to them, or like he miskicked it. It was just really bad. And then, like, when the coach subbed him off, the coach didn't acknowledge him. And that made it worse.
Yeah.
It's such a shame, to be honest.
I think the third goal was definitely his fault. It was a poor pass, like, full stop.
Yeah.
But the first 2, obviously, players slip. Players always slip. Like, they can't really help that. And I don't think he should really be, like, put down for that.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Obviously, the commentators were like, oh, that's his career done. Like, how is he going to come back from that? And, like, you know, when you add to it, it's like, it's really hard. Like, I remember when Loris Karius, like, in the Champions League final, shocker, like, he did such a big mistake. He's never recovered from that. And it's so bad, like, so, like, sad to see. But it's just like, when commentators add to it, people add to it, you really can't, no matter how mentally strong you are. It's such a shame, to be honest.
I mean, if we take a look at it, Spurs, do you think they were really going to advance further on?
No, I don't think so, especially how they are this season. But Newcastle drew 1-1 with Barcelona. I think Newcastle were playing well. They took the lead too, which was surprising. But what cost them was, I think they got too arrogant. And then they gave a penalty away, and then Lamine Yamal scored, which is like, I feel like when I was watching the game, I saw like Newcastle fans were really booing like the Barcelona players. Even when like Yamal was entering the stadium, like before the game started, they were booing him. And like I don't know, I don't really agree with that. Like, you know, you want to play well and everything. You want to put them off, but doing stuff like that, come on guys, like come on. But on Wednesday, Arsenal drew 1-1 with Leverkusen. Kai Havertz scored a late controversial penalty. And also came back from behind to draw with them. And it's just like, this type of decision, like if it was gone against you, you would hate it, like 100%. So I don't like those type of decisions. Like if you hate it, you shouldn't be given it in the first place. But then Bodo Glimt smashed Sporting 3-0. Their fairy tale Champions League run continues. And it's their debut season and they're playing amazingly well. And then PSG beat Chelsea 5-2. Very entertaining game.
It was a very good game.
Yeah, it was a costly error by Chelsea goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen, and it sparked a late collapse as Kusha double gave Champions League holders Paris Saint-Germain a 3-goal lead going into the next week's last 16th second leg. But Chelsea did play well. They brought it back twice.
They did.
But I don't know if you saw what's it called? Did you see Neto pushing like the ball boy?
The ball boy, yes, I did. Hello, what the hell?
That's not right.
No,
that's right. It's okay. I don't think it's right at all. Then he apologized, but now he might be facing a Champions League ban, which is like, damn.
Well, like match ban or?
Yeah. Oh, we have to go into the break now, guys. We were talking a lot then. Hello, guys. We are back. So, we're going to talk about the last Champions League result and then we'll move into the cricket. So, Real Madrid smashed Manchester City 3-0. Manchester City now face a mammoth task to keep their Champions League ambitions alive after Federico Valverde's brilliant first half hat trick. And yeah, what a hat trick it was.
It was.
I don't know if you saw any of those goals, but that third goal, I will never forget that goal ever. That's how good it was.
I saw the first two, but then I was alternating between the PSG and the Real Madrid one, so it was like I did kind of miss it.
But it was so good. So like, brilliant touch. He lobbed like the player. He lobbed like Gahey.
Yeah.
Smashed it in, and I'm telling you, you know when you see like a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
That was one of the most beautiful goals I've ever seen.
Well, I thought their first two goals were like amazing as well. So
Yeah.
to think this is better is insane.
Yeah, honestly, amazing. Like, I feel like that goal, I will never forget it because it was so good. And like Valverde, he's such a good player. He's like criminally underrated. Like, do you know how he plays out overrated?
Yeah.
That he is underrated. I think he's the best midfielder in the world. I know people say that like Rice is.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Do you think Rice has been this good this season?
No.
I don't think so either. I feel like he's been better like last season or something.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't think he's been that good. And the worst thing is, Arsenal haven't been that good and they're going to win the league.
I don't think they will.
You don't think they
No.
will? Okay.
Well, I don't want them to.
We will talk about that when we talk about the predictions because
Okay.
that's juicy. But yeah, guys, the Cricket World Cup final was on Sunday. I spent all my shows talking about the Cricket World Cup and it finally came to an end on Sunday. After 30 days of thrilling action and 54 matches, the tournament had finally reached the moment that mattered most, the final. And yeah, it was India who rose to the occasion, so the defending champions delivered a performance worthy of the grand stage, empathetically defeating New Zealand by 96 runs to successfully retain their world title. In doing so, India not only proved why they had entered the tournament as favourites, but also banished the painful memories of the 2023 Cricket World Cup final. And yet, it was a record-breaking batting display that saw India post the highest T20 total ever recorded in Ahmedabad, and their bowlers completed the performance to seal a famous victory. It was a day where everything clicked for India and everything went wrong for New Zealand. And coming into this World Cup, we all expected India to win. They're the favourites to win everything. But then, like, New Zealand, you wanted them to do it because it was like they would have won their first ever T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
And they always, like, lose in the finals. So this was a chance of them, like, finally doing it. But then they just didn't show up.
Repeating history.
Yeah. No, literally. India made 255 runs in the final. 255 runs off 120 balls. That is so much in a final. Like, in a final you think, 180, 190 should get you the job done. They made 255. And then obviously New Zealand got all out for 159 in 19 overs. So yeah, it was a demolition, like a battering, to be honest. But yeah, India are favourites. You do expect them to win everything. They have the most money. They just have everything going for them. And you know what? It is deserved. I can't be like they don't deserve it. You put in some money into a thing, you want to see results, and then you're finally seeing it. So well done to them. And then the 100 auctions, women's and men's, took place on Wednesday and Thursday. It was a historic day for cricket in general and for England because this was the first time something like this was happening in like England for sports-wise, like auction. And yeah, teams of 178 players were under the hammer, competing for a share of £880,000, like for the team's salary. So yeah, the 100 anyways, it's like changed. So like loads of teams have been rebranded. So Manchester Originals are Manchester Supergiants. Over Invincibles are MI London. Northern Superchargers are renamed Sunrisers Leeds. And then there's this auction was the first time obviously this happened. Keeping up to date, it started from like 10 till ended at 5. So honestly, it was such a good thing for women's sports, women's cricket. But yeah, all-rounder Daniel Gibson went for £190,000. Bowler Izzy Wong went for £130,000. And then 18-year-old spinner Tilly Courtney Coleman got the £105,000. 18-year-old £105,000 for like a month or two. Like they're only paying for like 6, 7 games. So yeah, they're getting that much money.
So I might need to take up a career in cricket.
No, literally. Obviously now these athletes are one of the highest paid sportswomen in the UK, which is, yes, that's what you deserve.
Yeah.
But it shows also like, this is getting taken seriously. Like this is so big right now. And obviously overseas players, so like players from like Australia. So like Australia wicketkeeper Bethany Mooney and former New Zealand captain Sophie Devine were bought for £210,000. And then like Lindsay Smith, Arla, and Paige Schofield were all then met for more than 100k. But yeah, honestly, it was really happy. Like I felt really happy for these players, the women players, because you want women's sports to grow regardless. But then, no Pakistan players got picked, and for me, that really hurt me a lot. I felt like I'm realistic. I felt like they did deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, you want players to be given chances. I felt Fatima Sana Khan, the Pakistan women's captain, and also Sadia Iqbal, the number one ranked T20 bowler in the world, they didn't get picked.
It feels like they were ignored, considering that one of them is ranked like number one bowler and the other one is like sixth best all rounder. It's like
it's such a shame.
Some of the greatest ones here, and
they're not getting picked. And it feels like even with like Pakistan cricket in general, you don't get that many chances to grow. So I felt like this would have been like the perfect chance for these women to get given the chance to show themselves on the big stage. And it's like such a shame. Like you could have given like 30,000. Like I don't think they wanted that much money. It's just like they didn't get given the chance. And like I was sad. Like when I found out they didn't get picked, like I did an article about it, like writing about that 100 auction. We kept up to date with it for like our news day.
Yeah.
And when I saw that they didn't get picked, a part of me was sad. And then my mum was like, "Why are you so sad?" And I'm just like, "Cause I want them to grow. I want them to get given a chance, and they just didn't." And it was like such a shame. But yeah, the men's auction was the day after, and another historic moment once again, and it delivered a lot of drama, high stakes, dramatic moments. But the first under the hammer was Joel Root. Joel Root, England player, cricketer, amazing. He's loved by everyone. He was brought for £240,000 for Welsh Fire. Then Adil Rashid was brought for £250,000. And Jordan Cox was bought for £300,000.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's just like the money and money. But then English all-rounder, this guy does not play for England. He's just like, young. James Carver went for £390,000. Loads of teams wanted him, but then London Spirit, got him.
Yeah.
And so two positives with this, obviously regardless. The Pakistan player, Usman Tariq, was bought for £140,000 to Birmingham Phoenix. He was the first of two Pakistan signings. And then Abrar Ahmed was bought by Sunrisers Leeds in the men's 100 auction. Well, Usman Tariq, Pakistan player, went to Birmingham Phoenix, but Birmingham Phoenix are an Indian-owned team, so it wasn't like a thing of, what's it called? Has it brought things? But then Abrar Ahmed being brought by Sunrisers Leeds, an Indian-owned team, that caused a lot of people talking. No one expected it.
No.
But it was a good thing. He was bought for 190,000. But now, all I've been seeing after the auction is the owner, so the Indian owner, her name is Kavya Moran. She's been getting so much hate.
Really?
Yeah, because she brought a Pakistani player. And I feel like it's such a shame.
Yeah.
Like, Abrar Ahmed, I feel like he was one of the 3 Pakistan players that deserved to get picked for this auction. So, like, for him to get, like, picked, I was surprised. I was glad, like, we're finally getting past, this thing. But then I see that she's got so much hate. They're calling her like a fake they're calling her a fake Indian. They're calling her like she's a Pakistani in disguise. They're saying other stuff that I can't say on air.
No, of course.
But it was such a shame. I feel like now people are thinking that he might get released because they don't want like that hatred happening. They don't want to continue like the hatred happening. So they might release him.
But that shouldn't happen.
And it's like such a shame. Like even like Pakistan men, like they don't play in IPL. IPL is the biggest league in men's cricket, even in the women's cricket. But Pakistan haven't been allowed to play that league since 2009. Since like Pakistan and India, like they have like the conflicts, everything. So like something like this, like Pakistan deserve like a place to shine. They need to get better. They can't get better in Pakistan because it's not been taken that much seriously. There's too much politics, whatever. So like they go to the 100 other leagues around the world. They can't. So this 100 was like the league for them to actually shine. But now they're getting so much hate. Like she's got so much hate from this. Now I don't see like anything. I think he's gonna get released, and it's like such a shame. Like come on, guys, come on. I don't know how it's right, but it is.
It's not.
Yeah, it's like it shouldn't be happening, but it is. And like the thing is like with this 100 that the World Cup that took place, so many players like from like America and Italy, the Netherlands, they did so well. You don't expect that because with the Cricket World Cup, it's still dominated by like the best teams, so like India, Australia, England. So for teams like that are not known for cricket to do well, it's like amazing. But now they should be given a chance to shine, but they're not because they don't play the big leagues, and it's just like, frustrating to see. But
it is.
Pivoting to that because I think I dulled the mood. So it's okay. We're gonna talk about Formula One. So today is the Chinese Grand Prix practice. George Russell led teammate Kimi Antonelli as Mercedes dominated qualifying for the sprint race at the Chinese Grand Prix. Russell was 0.289 seconds clear of the Italian and a massive 0.621 seconds ahead of the first non-Mercedes world champion Lando Norris. So Lewis Hamilton was fourth with Ferrari. And coming into this, Ferrari made a late call to take their new Macarena rear wing of car, and then also Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris made contact in practice ahead of the sprint racing. So who do you think is going to win the Chinese Grand Prix?
I was going to say Ferrari because of the new wing design, but
then they just literally late call just before like the practicing, they got rid of it.
I'm gonna have to just play it safe and stick with Mercedes then. Yeah. I feel like that's all I can do.
No, like obviously the first race took place on Sunday, and George Russell won that comfortably ahead of his teammate Kimi Antonelli to hand Mercedes a 1-2 finish, with Charles Leclerc ceding third place for Ferrari. But the talking point with this was home driver Oscar Piastri failed to start the Grand Prix in Melbourne after he crashed his McLaren on his way to the grid. And like I was seeing all these fans, that had like Oscar Piastri tops, like flags. And it was
I bet they were disappointed.
Yeah, it was so sad. Like Eliza was on here last week and she wanted Oscar to win just for like, you know that. And then for him to like crash out was so sad. But to be honest, Russell and Leclerc staged a close fight for the first 10 laps. But with frequent lead changes before Ferrari's decision to stay out during a virtual safety car period took them out of contention for the win. So they could have won, but then that decision really cost them. But then like the Ferrari owner was like, I stand by it, like I don't care, like I stand by that decision. But last week he talked about like the troubled Williams and Aston Martin teams, and they have continued to struggle today. The lead Williams of Carlos Sainz was 17th fastest. He was more than 0.5 seconds ahead of teammate Alex Albon, who made an error and ran wide of his second lap. And then Fernando Alonso put the Aston Martin 19th, 2.5 seconds off the pace, but already 0.6 seconds quicker than teammate Lance Stroll. So Williams are battling with an overweight car, while Aston Martin's main issue is the Honda engine's lack of performance and reliability.
Yeah.
I was talking about this last week. I was thinking, how is this happening? Like, you have so much time.
Yeah.
To obviously make your car, obviously make it right and everything.
Test runs.
And everything. So like, how's your car overweight? How's like the engine not right?
Yeah.
It's just like,
it's things you should notice before.
Yeah, no, literally. But now it's really cost them. But moving on from that, on Saturday it's the sprint and qualifying again, and then on Sunday the race is at 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh!
Are you gonna wake up to watch it?
No. It's it's Mother's Day, so probably not. I don't know. My mum has a soft heart for like George Russell, so she might be awake.
So you kind of like treat her to a Mother's Day while watching Formula One together.
Make her pancakes.
No, literally, watching that tucked into bed.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for Formula One. It's like obviously the second race on Sunday. It's delivering. I like the action. Like the drivers. The Formula One drivers are known for being petty. They're very snappy. So yesterday, Mercedes driver George Russell accused Ferrari of being selfish and silly in blocking change to the rules, like to improve safety at the start. And then on the same day, Max Verstappen says he wishes a new Formula One was more fun.
Yeah.
But it's hopeful the sport is heading towards change that will improve everything. So these drivers, they're like girls, like, yes, I'm girls, like, because like we've all done it, like meeting you, especially when you have a little bit of drama and you're like, oh, I don't like this person because of this, I don't like this. That's how they act, and I find it really funny. I find it so amusing that like this
I was going to comment how like they're all like very like close knitted, like they all like talk outside of Formula One and everything. And, like you see them like hanging out and just like doing interviews together.
Did you? I don't know if you saw, but the youngest drivers like Kimi Antonelli and Isaac, they were like boarding plane to go to Chinese Grand Prix, obviously, and then they were like speaking out loud, and they're saying, "Oh, like this race has got cancelled. This race has got cancelled." This was known to the public because they were speaking so loudly. They just told everyone everything, and like it was so funny because they're so young and like they don't really know everything. It was like people were just laughing at it, and when I found out this, I was like, "You gotta be joking!" Like,
Guys,
this
where's
is
the
seriously.
PR training?
No, literally, I feel like Formula One sometimes is so professional, but then sometimes it's so like funny. Like these, I don't know, it's really humorous at times.
It is.
Yeah. But yeah, we have like 8 minutes, and now we will talk about the sports that are happening this weekend and the week ahead. Premier League, we're starting off. There's no games today, but there are games on Saturday.
Yeah.
So Burnley play Bournemouth, and then Sunderland face Brighton. Those two games are both at 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Burnley are with Wolves, 19th place they are. Bournemouth are 9th. Who do you think is going to win that game?
I think Bournemouth will secure a comfortable 2-0 win.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I kind of want them to because we need to close the gap on Burnley. So.
Okay, so Sunderland are 11th in the league. They face Brighton, who are 14th. Who do you think?
I think Brighton's a very unpredictable team, to be honest, at times. So I think they'll win 1-0.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not going to argue with that one. Then Arsenal hosts Everton, 5:30 p.m. kickoff. So that is first, versus 8th. Now, what are your thoughts?
I want Everton to win 1-0. Do I think it will happen? Probably not.
Yeah.
Do I want it to happen?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, with that, do you think Arsenal are going to win the league? Think and want are two different things. Remember
Okay.
that.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, why is that? Give me your reasonings.
I don't know. Again, like, after they drew to us, people started, like, taking, like, the mickey out of them, saying, like, oh, they're going to bottle the league. And I truly do believe that they will. And I do believe Man City will catch up. I know they're 7 points clear from Man City. I do think.
I thought
Man
the same,
City.
you know, like when obviously Wolves got points from Arsenal, I thought, oh, is this the beginning of them like dropping points and everything? But then like Man City dropped points against Nottingham Forest, and that really cost them. And like now, I don't know. I feel like Arsenal are in such a good position to actually win the league, but then if they do bottle it,
I do think it's wishful thinking for me to say, oh, Arsenal won't win the league.
Yeah.
But
realistically,
I think if I say out loud, like, the more it will happen.
Somebody
like,
say it
I'm
sometimes.
manifesting
Yeah,
it.
literally. But yeah, who do you think's going to win? Oh, yeah, you said Everton are going to win 1-0, didn't you?
Yeah.
But do you believe that?
No.
So Chelsea play Newcastle at 5:32, the same. So time. It's just 5th versus 12th. Who do you think will win?
I think it'll be a draw.
Oh,
2-2.
yeah. I hope Chelsea do drop points, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then West Ham, they are 18th. They play Manchester City, who are 2nd at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Come on, tell me.
I think Man City will win 3-0.
You know what? I feel like that is realistic,
it
I
is,
feel like it should happen.
Yeah.
But like West Ham, they have been playing good. Like I've been watching them, and they've been playing really good.
But again, Man City can't afford to be dropping points.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the thing. Like they should not drop against Nottingham
Nottingham
Forest.
Forest,
And
no.
then that's what happened. But West Ham have Nuno.
They do. I miss him.
No,
Come
Nuno,
home.
No, literally, I remember like when Nuno got Wolves promoted to the Premier League.
It was
he had like a mural,
He
like
did.
thing near like the town, and like obviously when he went, they got rid of it. And I just know I felt a part of me was sad that he went.
Yeah.
Because he was such a like the chant. Nuno had a dream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a chant. You know, that was such a good chant.
I actually do miss him. He was just so good for the clubs, but then our owners wouldn't work with him, so then he left because he didn't like the fact that our owners wouldn't listen to what he thought was best for the team.
And then he went to Tottenham.
He did, which
That didn't work out, did it?
no.
And
And then was it Nottingham Forest or?
oh yeah, and then he got sacked from there too.
I know it's
Nottingham Forest are a very messy team.
No, yeah, they are actually.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
owners as well.
Yeah, because with the owner, he's very involved with the club, which is a positive. But then I feel like he doesn't give time to the managers at all. So like you had Nuno, sacked him. Had like that's Ange too. Had Ange, had Sean Dyche. Now you have Pereira. It's like, come on, how many managers do you want?
Well, have you noticed Nuno? Every club he's left has been doing like shockingly bad. Like,
Really?
he left Wolves and now we're fighting relegation. Spurs in the relegation battle. Nottingham Forest are doing bad as well.
Okay.
They're not doing the best.
The thing is, these Wolves managers, if they help, like these ex-Wolves managers help these teams stay in, like stay up. What are you guys playing at? No, literally. So, with that, who are your 3 teams that you think will get relegated?
Think or want?
I think, and then you can say one, because I know you want Wolves to stay up.
I think definitely Burnley and Wolves and Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They're 1 point away.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah.
And I don't know, I think West Ham are doing pretty well. I think
Yeah, they are, to be honest.
just above, so.
Well, on Sunday, Crystal Palace play Leeds. So it's 13th versus 15. Who do you think's winning that?
I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
0-0. I think it'll be a pretty boring game.
Yeah, because Palace haven't been playing that good recently.
No.
Yesterday, they drew 0-0 to a team that they should have beat.
So,
yeah. Manchester United, 3rd, versus they're playing Aston Villa, who are 4th. That's a close game.
And they're on the same amount of points, aren't they? I think it'd be a very close game. I've gone 3-2 to Man United.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think, obviously, Villa, Derby, don't want them to win, but I do think it'll be a very close-knit game because they're both fighting for that.
Yeah,
third
Champions League.
position,
Yeah. We know with, like, Manchester United, I don't know what it was like. With Ruben Amorim, they were so bad. And now with Michael Carrick, they're playing so well.
They are.
How are they 3rd? I don't know how are they 3rd? Like, you think
Like, the
about
start of the season, they're like...
They were like a joke club. Like, people were taking the mick out of them. And now they're 3rd. No one's saying anything about them now.
I blinked and, like, they're just up there.
No, literally. Liverpool down there, they're up there. And then Nottingham Forest, they're 17th. Face Fulham, who are 10th. Who do you think's winning that?
Fulham 2-1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fulham haven't been that good either this season. I feel like from their standards, they've been getting away with a lot of stuff recently.
I think there will be a penalty for Raul Jimenez.
100%
accuracy.
But you know, Wolves, like their Sol Firmino song that they, the C Senor.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. But not a fan of that. You know, Firmino was like my player, like my favorite player, like, and Wolves stole that.
But have you saw Crystal Palace? Have copied and pasted our song for Strand Larson.
Really?
Yeah, exact same words.
Oh my
Because
God.
obviously their derby, I believe, is Brighton Albion. So it's like he hates
God.
the Albion still.
Okay. Fair enough.
Guys, be original.
No, fair enough. At least they didn't steal the Dave one.
Dazzling Dave.
But then Liverpool play Spurs at 4:30. 6th versus 16th.
We need Liverpool to win. So 2-0 Liverpool, please.
Yeah. I literally saw a TikTok about this yesterday. Liverpool versus Tottenham. It was last season. It was a game that made them win the league. And it's not the same now. It's not the same. But the thing with Tottenham is, regardless of their form, they will always give a game to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that's what I think it's going to be close.
Every team has that like sort of team. Like I don't think Az is very consistent. Az is just any of the big 6 clubs normally. It's just any of them.
But you guys always show up against Liverpool though, like every time. You play really well.
Yeah.
So so we have a Monday Night Football special. Your team is travelling to Brentford. Brentford are 7th.
They
Wolves
are.
are 20th. Who do you think's winning?
Well, I think I have to say 1-0 to Wolves because it's my team and I would like us to carry on with the little run of points. It'd be very nice, even if we draw, actually.
Good start to 2026.
Yeah.
3 months in, and it feels like if you guys did this before, you would have stayed up.
Yeah.
You would have got Champions League.
Oh, I don't think that would have happened. I wish.
But the WSL is back this weekend.
Yes.
We literally have a minute. We need to quickly go over this. Aston Villa hosts Manchester City. 9th versus 1st. Who do you think's winning that?
Aston Villa versus Man City.
Yeah.
3-1 City.
Yeah. Liverpool face Leicester City. This is a battle of the relegation.
Yeah.
Liverpool are 11th. Leicester City are 12th. But Leicester City have a game in hand. So this game is critical. So
Liverpool, they can't afford to.
Can't.
Yeah.
And then London City Lionesses play Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal.
Okay. And then Spurs face Everton.
2-1 Spurs.
Oh yeah, Spurs have been really good, you know.
Yeah,
the women's
can't say the same about the men's.
No, literally. And then it's the Women's League Cup final. Chelsea play Manchester United. Repeat of last year's FA Cup final. Who do you think's winning that?
Chelsea, 1-0.
Ooh, close. I hope it goes penalties. Like, I hope part of myself goes penalties. Yeah. But it's the end.
Oh my gosh.
It's the end, Amy.
We can talk for hours.
Yeah, literally. Thank you for coming on.
Of course, thank you for having me.
We should definitely do this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm going to say bye. Bye, guys. I'll see you next week. It might be Eid next week, but you'll still see me. But yeah, that's